Thank you for downloading the Aligned Project Management System for Coaches Notion template. I know this is going to help you get organized and help you stay focused so you can not just grow your business, but also organize all the various aspects of your life and how those fit together into one integrated system to help you move forward towards your goals. To get started, what you'll do to download it is you'll visit the link that was provided, and from there you'll click these three dots, and it'll have you either sign in if you already have a Notion account. If you don't, it'll prompt you to create one, and then you'll click this duplicate button, and it will ask you where you want to. It'll ask you to log in or create an account, and then it will essentially duplicate it into your Notion environment. So it'll show up right here. Actually, let me move this up a bit so that way we can focus on that one. All right, I'm actually not going to move that. But essentially, this is the instructions. You'll be able to click this video or click this link, and you'll see the videos here. To get started. And so let's go ahead and dive right in. I'm going to give you an overview and then we'll go through it. You're actually going to want to expand this out. And the first things you'll want to do is we're going to add some of these to your favorites. So you're going to definitely want to add the alignment dashboard. You'll see it shows up there. I'm not sure why it keeps collapsing these. And your daily dashboard to your favorites. We'll start there, and then if you can also add these additional ones, but just to get started, this is going to be enough. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to go into the alignment dashboard. This is where you're going to set up your pillars, which are the things that kind of hold up your life and business. And then from there, you're going to determine what kind of your more aspirational or touchy-feely goals are. From there, you'll get what we'll be measuring. So the more traditional, smarter style goals down to projects, habits, and actions and tasks. All of this happens in this area. So what this will provide is you have also this personal headquarters and your business headquarters. That is where your personal mission statement is coming from, as well as your one-year vision summary. So if you don't already have that, that would be a good jumping off point before you start putting things in. You're also welcome to just kind of hop right in and start with the pillars, which is what we'll do. And I'll do different videos for each one of these. This is just meant to be the overview, but your personal vision and things to always stay at the forefront, so you always know what you're trying to align and the intentions that you're setting. The same thing with your business. This is going to pull from the business headquarters, and underneath here you've got the foundations worksheet, and this has the same prompts and things to take you through to get to this, and you can just access those prompts there. But let's go back to the alignment dashboard. Right. So the first area, when you get this, because once I'm done doing the tutorials, I'm going to actually delete all this information out, so it won't look quite as busy. And I did create this maintenance area, which we'll get to in a future video. But for now, we've got pillars. These are like the base areas of your life. It will come preloaded with the things that you see in personal, home and family, work, as well as business. You can also delete these out of your environment if they are not a factor. It's not going to hurt anything. Because once you duplicate it, this is yours to do with what you want. And then as you, so let's go into one of the pillars. So for each one of these items, there is a template that lets you, brainstorm ideas on like, what does a 10 in this area look like? Add an image, and then you can go directly and start thinking about what are the dreams that are associated. So all the information that's connected to this pillar is set up to where if you create it here, it's automatically going to be linked throughout the database, which is why I recommend starting with the pillars, because then it goes all the way down to the very actions. You may not necessarily have actions directly tied to a pillar because they could be associated with a project or something like that. But at the very least, pick a pillar and then dreams and themes, and we'll go through that again in a future video. And then the idea too is, and you can just collapse this if you don't see that. And so each one of these gives you where you can just go in and create it. Ideally, starting from the pillars is going to be your easiest, just to have everything initially populate. So we'll go through that together. This is for all of the projects and habits and actions and tasks that act in support of your pillars, dreams, goals, and all of that. This maintenance section is essentially if you're missing a checkbox, because a lot of the other dashboard filters, especially the focus dashboards over here, operate based off of certain things being checked or available. So if that's missing, this is where you would come to troubleshoot. And this is basically a troubleshooting area where you're like, hey, I know I created a goal under this pillar. Why isn't it showing up under the pillar that it should be? You can come in and it will show, and there's one for goals and milestones, dreams and themes, and so all of that. So that's really just your troubleshooting area. You hopefully won't spend a lot of time here, but this is meant to just kind of be that backup, because if you don't have a system that you can trust, then you won't use it. And my goal is to essentially create as many fail safes as possible to ensure that you're going to have a system that's easy to maintain. And then these will come about with a future module release that'll tie into this. All right, so where you're mainly going to be working out of day to day is going to be your daily dashboard. Again, we have the same tying to your vision and all of that information. And then you have this daily agenda section that will actually bring in your daily log, and I'll be updating this so it'll actually show more of the properties that it should be. This is also a good reason why I went through this. And so you'll see what are today's tasks, what am I working on tomorrow, and everything runs off of this DO date, which is why I also have this all actionable tasks, which you can see everything that's actionable. And then if there isn't a due date, that's something that will show up here as well. If you have anything that you are waiting on, or you've paused it, which means you've started on it, but for whatever reason you need to shift attention to something else, it'll show up here. I do have it built into where there is an assignee for things. So if you have a team and you've delegated something to someone, you can actually add them in as an assignee of like, oh, I handed that off to my husband to do. And so that gives you a way to follow up. And then you also have, here's what's going on this week. And here's what is going on this month. I'm not sure why it always defaults to that long, but you can kind of see, okay, this is what I've got going on. And that is the dashboard tour. This is where you're going to be primarily operating out of. In the next video, I will go more into the different databases, even though you really shouldn't be operating out of it, but it's still important to know that they're there to assist you if you need anything. All of the views that you see in the dashboards are just different ways of slicing all of the information contained in the databases in an easy to interact with and digestible manner, instead of being overwhelmed by a bunch of columns and rows and all that. I hope you enjoy this, and I will go into more detail on the pillars and actually filling in your system in the next video.